it's Jezzy, and today we're doing a What the Trend, and we are looking at color, looks, and aesthetics that they've kind of been trending for a while now, and here in the fall they are still trending. A couple of these have been trending for a couple of years now, so we're gonna get right into it. But first, just so we're aware, my style is somewhere between, it's like 4 different variations of goth, right? There's a bit of glam and like maybe a little boho goth, little death rocker goth, and then just, I don't know, I like to call it glitter goth because you have like the rock star elements, but there's lots of glitter involved and like not too into like the ripped up clothing. So, you just make like death rocker goth a little fancier and poof, there you go. With, a little bit of boho elements. So definitely I do my own thing, right? And that's the great part about fashion is you can do your own thing. You don't have to like follow all the rules. Like I'm going to tell you that you need these 3 things for it to fit in this category, but if you don't want to use those 3 things, that's up to you. You do you, This is just generally what is accepted in the fashion world to get these looks. So however you want to take the information and use it, like obviously we're putting real life fashion aesthetics on Sims because there's so much CC you can actually do this. And all the CC that I use is 100% from the Sims resource. So you go to the TSR and you can find all this stuff. I will link below like the major highlights of this, but obviously we're talking each Sim probably has over 50 pieces of CC on them. 4 Sims, 50, we're talking at least 200 links, like 200 pieces of CC, and just Sims. And it could be more. I don't count, I just kind of create the Sim based on the look, and there we go. Okay, so the first look is Angelcore. And what you need for this, like if I could pick 3 main things, like you want it to look ethereal or celestial. First thing with Angelcore. And this one, it's very cute, right? So it's like an ethereal cute, so you have an elegance with it and a cute element. So that is something to keep in mind with this fashion. And then you also see a lot of like obviously white, but creams and pastels. Like you could easily do a pastel pink Angelcore look. Now, for accessories, it's a lot of gold, and some people wear wings with their Angelcore looks or halos, tiaras. Those are all common things. Now, other things to look for this in this look is like rather than having heeled shoes, a lot of them are ballet flats. You could do short dresses, long dresses. They're just generally flowy, lace, sheer materials. Like it's really whatever, it like if it's ethereal and cute, it works. So it's a very, you would think it'd be more specific for what it is, but it's not. Which that's kind of what I like about this version of Angelcore is because there's so many options and you can really personalize your look. Okay, so for our next 2 looks, number 2 and 3, they kind of go in a pair and they are light academia and dark academia. So we're going to start with light academia. Now, both of these have been in style for like at least the last 5 years. So, and the more like Netflix shows and shows that come out where everyone goes to school, like in Wednesday, and dresses up in the school uniforms, or the magicians, like those are just a couple ideas of where this style keeps getting more popular. Like it is an entire aesthetic look. Like people decorate their homes in this. Like obviously library, perfect, but entire homes. And I like it. Obviously, again, not my go-to look, but I could incorporate some of these elements into it. So we're starting with light academia. And this is basically more of your lighter colors. And it can go from pastels to fall colors to really anything. But the three main takeaways of this would be lots of layering, like obviously flannel, cardigan, knits. Those are all a big part of it, but layering these looks. So like having a cardigan, having a skirt, having tights, having like what are those like frilly shirts called underneath that like you'd button up a collared like vest or collared shirt over. So it's just lots of layers. And then obviously number two is the texture. And then what separates light academia and dark academia are the tones and patterns. So light obviously are going to be more of your lighter colors, like your creams and your light tans and pastels. Those are all fine. And then you add elements of, I don't know, things that would make you look studious, like glasses. Obviously hair is usually a little neater. Mine's crazy. I kind of did like a light dark academia look, but you know, I have big hair, so it's hard to make it look like neat and slicked back. It doesn't like that. I don't know, like I always associate this look like with librarians, college professors, that sort of thing. So it's definitely interesting. And then we go to dark academia, which is basically the same thing as light, but you just kind of goth it up a little bit. And with dark academia, I've seen a lot of like gothic and steampunk elements like inserted into the aesthetic look. So you have that. And then light academia, on the other hand, you have more of a preppier kind of vibe. So they're both kind of same, but not. You know, they came from the same similar inspiration. Like obviously like the show Wednesday, right? That's dark academia. Like even Harry Potter probably inspired this look. Like you can see all these movies and shows where people are going to school or they're teaching at schools, and you know, they're kind of like these not necessarily older vibes, but like, I mean, I guess like vintage librarian. That's it. That's what it is. That's in my mind what I consider it. Like sophisticated vintage librarian. So number 4, Cottagecore. This one is like Y2K. It's going to be here for a while. It's not my thing. Not by any means. But it's probably here to stay, because every fall, this is like one of the top trends for like the last 3 years. And it just, like, it goes down and then it comes back around spring. So it's like spring and fall. But, you know, I mean, that makes sense because it's like a, I don't know, it's almost like one of those fantasy romance novel looks, but also like a little modern, a little Western, and outdoorsy all together. Like it's yeah. I mean, the patterns are really cute, and like, I mean, I get it why it's spring and fall, because you can have like spring floral patterns and then fall floral patterns. So yeah. So the main takeaways of this are lots of dresses, right? And these are usually like mid-length or full length. And then you pair them with like cute little boots, and they're never like the high knee-high boots like I like, but they're usually like ankle or maybe mid-calf, right? And they're nothing super fancy, usually like leather boots with slight buckling or lace-up. And then, you know, for accessories, it's very minimal. For makeup, it's very minimal, and it's clean, but that doesn't mean it doesn't look cute and nice, because sometimes less is more. Obviously, I don't always operate like that. Like, I usually have big hair and big eyeliner and lots of accessories. But in a lot of these looks, they are minimal makeup. But again, like I said, you can always change it because you can make it whatever you want. So let's take a look at these final looks. So first off, Angelcore. Love this sim. I always do random sims, and this sim is just adorable. I love this sim. and I kind of randomized them as I went, like per look. And the sim just happened to be the Angelcore sim. Now I did start the look over because the collab came out and I wanted to use all those items. So there we go. And then for our second look, the Light Academia, love it. I went with the bright pink and pastel because we were doing light and dark and I wanted a, drastic contrast. This sim is also super cute. I love the cardigan. I love the glasses. I love the hairstyle. It's adorable. And then Dark Academia, obviously my favorite, but I picked greens and black rather than just all black. So that way you have options. Okay, and then for our final look, Cottagecore, of course we had to have a red head. We always do because my hair is red and I like to make my Sims have red hair. Like obviously we can't have all of them have red hair, but there's at least gotta be one, okay? Just one. So this is our Cottagecore because red hair, floral prints and plaid always look good, right? I mean, I'm sure there could be some color combinations that don't, but fall tones, red hair, fall is like my color season, okay? Like, I can wear any of those tones, and I love it. So that's, yeah, and it just happened this way again. It was great. I love it. They all turned out really well. Wish I would have spent a little more time on the Dark Academia look, but I like the messy, it's still sophisticated, but it's slightly messier bun. But I would have worked a little bit more on that sim. All the other sims, I'm completely happy. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to say hi on any of our social media accounts. We are like everywhere.